Okay, here we go. This is my totally unscripted video on the Beats EP. This is a new Beats headphone, and this is my approximation, my very quick approximation of the sound, my EQ curve, where I reduced the upper bass, lower mids around 165 hertz by about 4 decibels, because it's a little, it's a little boosted there, and it makes it sound a little too, less than clear or whatever. Probably really good for portable, but not so great for critical listening. And it does have enough detail for critical listening. So, and I also boosted a couple frequencies, 8 and 10 kilohertz, reduced 9 a little bit because it's a little weak at 8 kilohertz. It's also a little weak at 6 kilohertz, but not fatally, so I'm not too worried about that. Anyway, good basic sound for portable use. Needs some EQ for home use for really best music listening, but seems to have pretty good detail. And I'll get into the other details in just a minute. But the first thing I have to tell you about this new Beats EP is the controversy. Beats was owned by Dr. Dre, and since Apple bought them, they made Dr. Dre very, very rich. I think a billionaire or whatever. Dr. Dre of the band NWA, which for you troopers out there would be November Whiskey Alpha NWA. And they had their infamous music track off their Straight Outta Compton album called F the Police, and I'm abbreviating. And so we know what it's been like for the last couple of years with all those socialist attacks on police. They're basically communists. And, if you don't like political lectures, you really should fast forward or just go on to some other review if you can find one that tells you about this thing. But anyway, here's the deal. If you don't support your police, you got anarchy, and you got drug dealers running your neighborhood. You got to support the police. You pick out your own way to do it, but you better do it. And so much for my lecture. Think about it. And anyway, back to the headphone. So I haven't done too bad on sound. Now, this is the first Beats I've seen below $200. I've had the Mixer, and I've had the Solo 2. Fairly good. Mixer was uncomfortable. Solo 2 was much better. This one has about the same comfort as Solo 2. So it provides light pressure on the head, but it's also stable on the head. It doesn't slide off the ears like some headphones do. Padding underneath is minimal, but I don't find it a problem. It's not real heavy. However, there was seems to be mostly metal construction here. Strong metal headband here, and these ear cups, I can't tell if they're plastic or metal. But anyway, if I can't tell, then they're must be pretty good. The ear pads are soft, spongy, so comfortable. For an on-ear, it's pretty good. Pretty good for an on-ear. Cable plugs into the left, and it's not detachable. So for $129, which is way below the average Beats price, that's about as good as you're going to get. And it's a conventional cable, so you see when I use it with my iPhone 7, I have to use the dongle there to plug it in because it's a conventional headphone plug on the end. But it's an Apple plug, so with the control you get volume up and down, plus start, stop, next, previous, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I got the black one. There's other colors, but it's a Beats. And I'd say, my personal opinion, this $129 Beats sounds as good as anything they got for $300 and $400. Now, you pay extra money for Beats for their wireless headphones, Bluetooth, and whatever that is, it is. But point is, whatever, if you subtract the price of the Bluetooth and just go to things like Studio and so forth, I think this thing sounds just about as good. Like I said, you do a little bit of simple EQ to it, and there's enough detail in there, it'll compete with any of the other Beats. And it's only $129. Seems to be well made. So, I don't know. I think this is the one to go for if you have to have a Beats. But don't forget, Beats is a little bit controversial, and with Apple endorsing them like that to the tune of a couple of $1 billion, it's a little bit worrisome there. I don't know what Dr. Dre's deal is today, but anyway, a couple other things. There's the new style bag from Apple. Instead of the floppy plastic bags, they have these, whatever, more like a conventional bag. I like it. It has handles so you can carry stuff hands-free. Here's the package, the box, typical, you know, shelf box, kind of a skinny box because it's not as fat as the other Beats boxes. It's more of a minimal type of headphone. There's the internal part. Take the lid off, and let's see what we got in here. Let's see, remove the little fabric cover here and so forth. Don't mind me bumping the camera. I'm using my iPod Touch. There's a little bag the headphones came in. I would not consider that useful. If you're going to carry the thing around, you know, you're a lot better off just pulling the ear cups all the way down, like so, and wearing it around your neck, because it actually won't get in your way at all. It doesn't bump your chin. You know, wear it around your neck. And here we got some, probably some registration thing. Personally, I wouldn't want these people to know who I am, so I'd never register it. There's the box. And let's see if we got anything else hidden inside the box here. It doesn't look like it. No, that's pretty much it. So I'm not sure what kind of papers we have in here. Oh, we have a little booklet. Let's see what kind of propaganda that Apple Beats is putting out. Don't forget, Beats is Apple now. You know, they're not purely Dr. Dre anymore. But anyway, I got some kind of little folder here, and so we have in here. Oh, gives you instructions on how to use the Beats headphone. Isn't that great? And then we got some other booklets. Jeez. Oh, we have a little Beats sticker. Would not advise putting that on your car. Here's something, you know, especially if you get pulled over. Police aren't real big fans of Beats for obvious reasons. And important safety information. So anyway, there is my look at the Beats, whatever it says, EP, that's it, EP, like Echo, whatever the phonetic is on that. And then again, going back to a quick look at the EQ curve on this little bugger here. That's what I did, so, you know, not bad. But the treble, to get a really refined treble on there, you're probably going to have to equalize a little with a parametric, because, you know, it's 9 kilohertz is pretty strong, but 8's pretty weak. So it's a little tricky to EQ that out. So anyway, there's my look at the Beats EP, and that's it.